Hi team, good morning. How are you? We'll wait for 2 minutes and we'll start the class. Okay, today we will discuss about more function more functions in physical file DDS creation. Two zero four 204922. Okay, I logged into my system successfully. As usual, you need to type work number PDM on the command line. Hit an enter key. Okay, so yesterday we discussed about text and column heading functions. So the difference between these two functions is both text and column heading will give you a description of a field in the DDS level, but whereas column heading will give you the description as a column heading at runtime level as well. If you use a text function, whatever the field we have mentioned over there in the DDS level, that will be displayed as a column heading at runtime. Okay, and range is a function which will have the lower limit and upper limit, and whenever you want to enter some value to that field, it will allow you to maintain the value between those two lower bound and upper bound values. That's it. Okay, so that's a recap of our yesterday's session, and today we'll discuss about some few more functions in that DDS level. Take option 2 and edit your source member. Okay, so I'm trying to edit my existing source member, and remember one point here: whenever we do any modifications to your source member, to get this chain reflected to your object, you need to recompile that source member again. Okay, that's a rule. If you don't compile your source member, then it will maintain the previous object. Okay, so now we will add one more function called values. We have a function called values. So what does it mean? Values means it will allow only that particular value to that field. Okay, only that particular field value. Whereas in range, in between that lower limit and upper limit, whatever the value is there, it is allowed. In values function, it will allow only that particular values. Okay, let's say for gender, Usually we'll specify M or F. And if you want to allow only a particular values here to this variable, I will specify a function called a value, and this is a character value. Okay, always character value should be enclosed in a single quotations like this, M comma F. Okay, something was wrong. Compare range values. See, keyword value not valid for this file type. Okay, we'll see. Press F4 here and press F1 again, because this is where the green color was highlighted in this position. It means this keyword is not valid for this file type. I'm trying to create a physical file source member, and in this physical file source member this value was not valid. Okay, let's see what is a valid keyword is available for this function. If you're not aware of these functions, then press F1 by placing the cursor anywhere on this function, anywhere on this function field. Okay, so let's say I place the cursor here and press an F1 function key, and I'm seeking for help. So go a bit down and find this keyword. So the keyword name is values, it is not value. Okay, so values means provides a list of valid values for reference function only. So I'm not sure about this, for reference function only. Okay, so the basic meaning of this values means it will provide a list of valid values. Okay, so I think now you can able to understand what is a mistake that I have made here. Instead of value, I need to type this keyword as values. Okay, now modified this value and press an enter key. Now you see there is no error here. Okay, system accepted this function like this. Okay, now this is fine. Since I modified this source code, I need to save and exit from this source code. I have modified this source code, so I need to recompile the source member again to create a latest object based on this changes. Okay, option 14 to compile, and I compiled it. And again, if you see the bottom of the line, it says it's deleted, but if you press page down by placing the cursor over there, and it says in the next line, file emp created and emp member added to the emp object in this library. Okay, now to view the data in this file, the frequently used command is run query brackets emp. There is no data in it, because every time if you compile the object, it will create a new object. So whatever the data was there in that object previously, it will be deleted. Okay, it will create a new object every time. It's like a new house. We need to get the items again, and we need to arrange our all the items in our house every time. Now if you try to update the data in a physical file, upd-dta is a command to whether you want to insert the data or update the data or delete the data, or else you can view the data as well. For all these four operations, you can use a single command called upd-dta. Whereas in run query, you can view the data. That's it, based on some conditions or without conditions. If you want to view the data using run query, we can do it. But in upd-dta, the way of displaying the result is different. Okay, emp is my object. See, I pressed an F4 function key. Till now, we haven't taken F4 while using this upd-dta command. Type upd-dta on the command line and press F4, and you will see a prompt with a caption called update data using temporary program. Okay, now you need to mention the file name as emp, and where is your object located? It is an iDream 1 library, and leave that member as it is. The default value of the member is star first, so let it be. So we will go to that concepts in bit later. I will tell you the importance of libraries and what a star libl stands for. So we need to discuss all these concepts bit later. You have to know. And again, I will give some sample values. Hyderabad. And in gender place, I will give some other value. Let's say H, and this is 301. Let's see if I press an enter key, what will happen? System doesn't accept this value as H in this field because the valid values that we have given is type either M or F. That is the only two valid values we have mentioned in the DDS level. Apart from M and F, no other values accepted. Okay, so type K not accepted, type Z not accepted, and type M here and press an enter key. See this? I have given the value as M, but still system not accepted this value because it is a case sensitive. The valid value which I have given in this DDS level is capital M. Now here the value is small m. So at this point of time, if I want to make the system allow this value, means I need to mention the value as capital M or capital F. Now let's try. Now it is accepted. I hope everyone understood this point. In the DDS level, the valid values which are given is capital M or capital F. During the runtime of this object, if I am trying to give the value small m or small f, it will not allow you to insert that value because that is not a valid value. We haven't mentioned this value. Okay, if you come out F3 and type run query on EMP file, and now you can see the value was listed like this. So gender is M, but that is capital M. Okay, then how do you want to make sure user sometimes They might give you a value as small m or capital M. It's a user wish. If you think that is a valid value, even if it is small m or capital M, then we should allow the user to enter it. Then we need to add these two extra values as well. Okay, space, type small m. See, even though if I haven't pressed shift or caps lock, by default I'm trying to enter the value as capital letters only. Okay, if you are facing this kind of issue, whether you want to insert a small case or capital case, by default your system is allowing you to write a values in a capital letters mode, then you need to change your settings. Okay, when you are in the source entry utility screen, if you want to change the session defaults, press go to this more functions. You will find out what is a okay. So you need to press shift plus F1, which is nothing but F13. Shift F1. After 12, whatever you press, it starts from 13. If you press shift F1, it means F13. Shift F2 means F14, and so on. Shift F12 means F24. Okay, now in this case, you need to change your session defaults. To change your session defaults, you need to press F13. And here if you see the second option which is listed here, uppercase input only. So by default this value was N. You need to turn this value to N, so that if you type this value as N, then from now onwards you can enter the values in small case as well. Okay, small m and small f. Earlier we are not able to type these values because the by default setting of your source entry utility screen is to allow only the uppercase values while writing your source code. Since we have changed that session defaults to N, now you can enter the values even in small case letters as well. Okay, see, now we are allowing this value to enter either capital M or small m, or capital F or small f for gender value. Okay, since we have changed the source code, we need to compile the source member to reflect the latest changes to your object. So file is to save your source code and come out from the source code. Okay, and option 14 is a shortcut option from the work member PDM to compile your object. Since your object is already exist, and you know the object is already exist and it was constructed based on the source member in this library, you are intentionally trying to delete that existing object and create a new object in this place. Okay, so that is expected. So that is why you are mentioning this value as y from n. It will delete this existing object and recreate a new object. Okay, so now the new object is created. Let's do run query again. Earlier we have one record in EMP file and hit an enter key. Now there is no records because every time you create a object, it will create a new object without any data. The data will be lost. If you don't want to lose the data, then you need to take the data as a backup before you're trying to compile this object. So press F12 and come back. And if you want to insert the data, as of now, you need to remember the easiest way to enter the data is upd emp. Okay, so now give your employee number. This time I will give 30 here. Kumar. What is that address? UK. Kumar. Okay, this time see, now I can able to enter the value small m, and I will give the value as salary as 400. Now give a try. Earlier I was not able to enter the small case letter. Sorry, it didn't allow me to enter the small case value because we haven't mentioned small m in the DDS level. Now it is accepted because in the DDS level we mentioned either capital letter M or small letter m, or capital F or small f is allowed. Okay, now give this value as Verma again, Hyderabad. Now this time capital M and 200. Okay, 200 is not allowed. So the range we have given is starting from 300 to 600. 303. Hit an enter key. Employee number 20. So see, Amirpet, gender female, 401. So small case f is also allowed. 50. Gopal, Gopika, now this time capital F, 500. Okay, accepted. So if you feel that you're done with your data entry, then come out from this screen and press an enter key, and now press F9 and do a run query on this EMP file. Now you can see the gender values as small m, small f, capital F. So all these 4 values are accepted. But apart from these values, you can't able to enter any other different value. Okay, so that's the difference between range and values. Okay, we have one more field called one more function which is similar to this, compare. So we have a function called compare. So the usage of this compare is um, it will compare the values based on some given condition, and the condition will be like you need to give one value. So okay, I will tell you the syntax so that you will able to understand. Again, I'm modifying the same source code. See, for every employee number, the employee name should be mandatory. Okay, if I want to make sure while entering the data, user cannot skip this values. Okay, we'll try without modifying the data once. We'll try to simulate whether system is accepting the value for employee number equal to blanks or not. UPDDTA EMP. See, since you have some data in your file already, now the default entry mode is change mode. Okay, on the top right hand side corner, if you see, the default mode is change mode because you have some data in it already. If you want to view the data which is already there in your file using UPDDTA, then this is how it looks like. In this change mode, you can view the data by pressing page up or page down. So the REC NBR is an option. It's a predefined field which will indicate the record number. And the first record number, you have entered these values. Okay, now if you press page down, you will see the second record value, page down third record, page down fourth record. Okay, in case if you want to modify any value here, Gopika Verma, something like this. Okay, you have modified the employee name from Gopika to Gopika Verma and hit an enter key. Let's see, even from the same screen, if you press page down, page down, page down, page down, see, for fourth record Gopika Verma was displayed as a default value. It means the changes are accepted. In case if you want to see this value from the run query bracket CMP, now you see the value of fourth record changed from Gopika to Gopika Verma. Okay, and if you don't want to have this record in this file, and if you want to delete that record using UPDDTA EMP1, navigate to that screen. If you know the record exists under fourth record, then type the value as 4 here and press an enter key. It will directly take you to that fourth record. In case if you are not aware of where is your record and all, then you need to press page down or page up until you find your expected record. Okay, as and when you move to that expected record, if you want to delete that record now, that will be possible only in the change mode. Okay, if your mode is in change mode, you can view the data by pressing page up or page down, and you can modify the values in this change mode, and you can delete that record in this change mode by pressing F23 twice. F23 means shift plus F11. Okay, shift plus F11 for the first time, it will select that record and it will give you a confirmation message like F23 to confirm record deletion request. So we have requested system to delete this record by pressing F23 for the first time. Okay, for the confirmation sake, system requires your permission again whether you want to delete that record really or not. But still, if you want to delete that record and hit and press F23, now you can see the desired record is deleted. Okay, and even you can see your message displayed on the bottom of the screen saying that requested record was deleted. Okay, it's done. This is how you can able to view your data, update your data and delete your data. In case if you want to enter a new value, you need to press F10 or F9. On the bottom of the screen, if you see, there are two functions which is listed here. F9 for insert, F10 for entry. Both modes are used to enter a new value into your file. That is for the same purpose, I'm not sure, but there might be some differences in between, or by mistakenly they have added two functions for the same purpose, not sure. So I pressed an enter F10, so that's why it was in entry mode. I press an F9. If you see, the mode is changed to insert mode, but I don't see any difference here. So we are using this command since from a long time, but no one has raised this concern till now. We are using this command as it is. F9 and F10 are used for the same purpose, to enter the records in your database file. And if anyone know about this query, and let me know. And okay, now this time I will try to enter an employee value as number as 60. High-tech city, gender, male, and salary 600, but I haven't mentioned any employee name here intentionally, and hit an enter key. System accepted that value. Come out from that screen, F3 and enter. Do a run query on that file to see how the records look like. One record was deleted, the employee number 40, and I have inserted a new record which is employee number 60 without having an employee name here. So system accepted that kind of condition. But usually this will not be the case, right, in the organizations. Whenever you have an employee number assigned to you, the employee name also is a mandatory field. Employee number, employee name is mandatory. Okay. And in the same way, if you want to user to restrict the user to enter the value for an employee name field, then you can do like this. Okay. COMP, there is a function called COMP and CMP as well. Both are same. Compare not equal to blanks. Okay. So the first value is a system defined logical operators. Logical operators means EQ stands for equal to, NE stands for not equal to, GT stands for greater than, GE stands for greater than or equal to, NE for not equal to. So we have this kind of logical operators. So using this logical operator, we can specify some other value in the second position. Okay, the value which I mentioned here is blanks. So compare that EMP name field not equal to blanks. Always this condition will be in effect whether you are trying to insert that record or else trying to view the record or delete or anything. If the system accepted based on this condition, then always your record will maintain as not equal to blanks. Whether you're trying to insert, update, or delete or fetch, it will be based on your condition only. Since we have changed this DDS, let's recompile this source member and to create a new object. 14 to compile, delete that existing object and create a new object with the same name. And now if you execute this run query, your data is lost. UPD DTA EMP, and this time 61 is my employee number. Gopi. Okay, I will not mention my employee name Gopi, and BB Nagar, male, 503. I'm trying to hit an enter key. Now if you see, the employee name field was highlighted because it is expecting some value or it is not aligned with the condition which we have mentioned in the DDS. Okay, in some environments, the reason behind why the system is not accepting the value like this here and why it was highlighted like this, the root cause or reason message will be displayed on the bottom of the screen. Okay, but in Mochosoft we are not able to view this message, but in other emulators we can see the reason why it is not allowed to go through this record. Okay, since we are the programmers and we developed this file, we know the reason behind why it is not accepting. Otherwise, if you are a third person, then you need to go through the DDS of this file again to understand the root cause of this issue. Okay, so we know we have mentioned this field condition as compare this employee name not equal to blanks. So we have given this value as blanks, that is why not accepted. So I have given some employee name as Amar and hit an enter key. Now it is allowed. Okay, press F9 to do a run query on this file. Now if you see the employee name as Amar. So while entering the data itself, system restricted me, okay, to ensure my employee name field should not be blanks. Okay, so that is the usage of compare. So in compare, we can use that compare function based on our need. Okay, so compare it always not used for the same compare not equal to blanks. Okay, you can say compare equal to blanks or um, something based on your condition. You can modify the functions accordingly. Okay, that is user that is developer wish, and as per the requirement you need to modify this compare statement. The first value belongs to the logical operator and the second value belongs to the conditional value. Okay, and if you want to see all this information and help about these functions, and you need to go to an IBM website, which is publicboulder.ibm.com. If you type in Google based on these functions, and that is the best site because AS400 I series mainframe servers belongs to an IBM company, so they will have the complete details about these functions and the server programming. Okay, so that is the best website to refer for your queries. Okay, we have few more functions in this physical file DDS creation, and try to use some extra functions, okay, apart from the one which I mentioned here, and let me know if you face any issues over there. Okay, so that's all for today. I could see some people coming here and there, but no one is listening the concept till end. See, always if you have a recording, then we feel that okay, even if I was not available in this time, since I have this record in place, then we can view this record at any point of time. But if you come in online, then it would be very useful for you, and it would be very much convenient for me to interact, or else to have some energetic sessions. Okay. And in case if you want to reach out to me, I have a Skype ID called master.as4000. So you can reach out me on this Skype ID, and you can get the status updates in case if you want to chat or anything in offline. Okay, so that's all, and even tomorrow also we'll start the class. See, daily we'll have a class at 10 o'clock, that is for sure. And in case if I was not able to continue the class, then I will try to create a small video and upload it in YouTube saying that I was not available. Or else, if you are a regular student and if you are getting in touch with me on Skype, then I will share my status update even there also. just to convey, because if you are a regular people only, then I can able to interact. Okay, so otherwise there is no point of giving an updates on daily basis. Okay, so that's it then. That's all for today, and happy Diwali. Be safe and stay safe, and keep in mind about the environment, and okay. So less pollution is suggested. So just think about it, and be careful. And even I made a small video of Diwali precautions. So that is my first graphics video. That's a small kind of adjustment, but I will show you some extra graphics added, like King Kong, or else some flights coming in. Shah Rukh Khan, I will introduce Shah Rukh Khan also, or Sridevi, a well-known actress. That is just for an energetic purpose. That's it. And I will share that video as well. Okay. One moment. Save highlight. Okay. See you later. Bye for now. Bye. Bye.